नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा. Welcome all of you to our daily Bhagavad Gita reading session. Just give a second. Welcome all of you to our daily Bhagavad Gita reading session. We are reading chapter 2 of Bhagavad Gita, titled as Contents of Gita Summarized. Today we will read verse number 10 and 12. Let us go to verse number 10 and recite it. तमोवाच ऋषिकेशः प्रहसन्नीव भारत सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये विषीदन्तम् इदं वचः. You please join with me. तमोवाच ऋषिकेशः प्रहसन्नीव भारत सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये विषीदन्तम् इदं वचः. तमोवाच ऋषिकेशः प्रहसन्नीव भारत सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये विषीदन्तम् इदं वचः. तमोवाच ऋषिकेशः प्रहसन्नीव भारत सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये विषीदन्तम् इदं वचः. Very good, wonderful. उवाच ऋषिकेशः प्रहसन् इव भारत सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये विषीदन्तम् इदं वचः. Idam Vachah said this, where Seneyor Uvayor Madhye. Now Arjuna and Krishna are standing exactly in the middle of the both army. So at that position, they can see almost, they can have a very good view of the warriors of both the sides. Seneyor Uvayor Madhye. And what kind of reaction Krishna is giving? Prahasan eva. Prahasan means smiling, but it's not a big smile. It's he is kind of controlling his smile, and so little bit he's smiling. Tamuvacha Hrishikesha. Hrishikesha, who is the controller of everyone's senses, none other than Krishna. Hrishikesha Prahasan eva. is smiling. Tamuvacha Bharata Visidantam. Bharata, Bharata here is addressed to Arjuna, so who is a warrior, who is a descendant of Bharata. Because Bharata was one of the, as I said earlier, King Bharata was very famous, and he comes in this dynasty. And on his name, Bharatavarsha named so. So King Bharata, so that way, since Arjuna is the descendant of that dynasty, he is addressed here as Bharata. Let us see the synonyms. Tam, unto him, Uvacha said, Rishikesha, the master of the senses. Krishna, Prahasan, smiling, Eva, like that. Bharata, oh Dhritarashtra, sorry. Oh Dhritarashtra, descendant of Bharata. So basically this Sanjay is speaking to Dhritarashtra. So Bharata also can be addressed to Dhritarashtra, because Dhritarashtra also is in the same dynasty. Okay, comes in the same dynasty. So here Bharata is addressed to Dhritarashtra because Sanjay is speaking. Basically, whatever is happening, the Sanjay is narrating, and before few verses we saw that Sanjay Uvacha. So sorry, it's a mistake from my side. So Bharata, Dhritarashtra, descendant of Bharata, Senayo of the armies, Ubhayo of both parties, Madhye, between, Visidantam, unto the lamenting one, Idam, the following, Uvacha, Bachaha words. So here basically Arjuna is addressed kind of Visidantam. So that person who is feeling lamentation, or that person who is lamenting. So Sanjay is telling, O descendant of Bharata, O Dhritarashtra, to that Visidantam, means to that lamenting person, that means none other than Arjuna, Rishikeshaha Prahasaniva, Rishikeshaha with a smile, Uvacha said, Tam, unto also the same, Tam Visidantam, means to that Arjuna, Idam Bachaha. I have spoken the following words. Where? Senior Ubhayor Madhye. O descendant, translation, O descendant of Bharata, at that time Krishna, smiling in the midst of both the armies, spoke the following words to the grief-stricken Arjuna. Grief-stricken means Visidantam, who is lamenting. Rishikesha, Prahasan Eva, smiling slightly smiling. Idam Uvacha Bachaha. Idam Bachaha Uvacha, spoke these words. To whom? Tam Visidantam, to the depressed Arjuna. Senior Ubhayor Madhye, in the midst of the two armies. So here, why Krishna is smiling slightly? Basically, seeing the ignorance of Arjuna, seeing the decision of Arjuna, that stupid decision of Arjuna, or stupid, stupid decision of Arjuna, Krishna being his friend, should smile broadly, right? Oh, like we smile unto our friend who has done some stupid action. So because of the stupid action of Arjuna, Krishna should give a broad smile. But what just happened? Now Krishna is no more a friend. He is now changed his position to Guru. Just before this verse, Arjuna has surrendered to Krishna and requested him to give him the proper knowledge. What should he really do? What is his ultimate duty? What is his dharma? Whether to fight or not to fight? Whether to abide the Kula dharma or Jati dharma? If he associates with Jati dharma as a Kshatriya, he should fight against the odds, against the evils. But if he follows the Kula dharma, then he should protect his dynasty. He should protect his relatives. So he is confused between these two dharma. Dharma is very subtle, sukshma. Sukshma dharma. In Mahabharata it comes, dharma is very subtle. Sukshmatvat dharma. So Krishna here will enlighten with higher knowledge. But since Arjuna is captured between these two duties, and his mind is completely filled, and it's filled with a big confusion, what dharma he should obey, because both these dharmas are pulling him in opposite direction. So Krishna should give a big smile, but now Krishna has changed the position of a spiritual master. So it is not appropriate for a spiritual master or guru to smile about his students' stupid action. So that's the reason he is controlling his smile. So he's smiling slightly. And let us see the purport. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The talk was going on between intimate friends, namely the Hishikesha and the Gudakesha. Gudakesha is Arjuna. Gudaka means ignorance or sleep. Isha means controller. So who has controlled the sleep and ignorance, he is called Gudakesha. And Hishikesha, who is the controller of everyone's senses. Rishika means senses. Isha means controller. So a friendly talk is going on between two intimate friends, namely Hishikesha and Gudakesha. So now this friendly talk is converted into a serious talk between a guru and disciple. As friends, both of them were on the same level. But one of them voluntarily became a student of the others. Krishna was smiling because a friend had chosen to become a disciple. As Lord of all, he always in the superior position as the master of everyone. And yet, the Lord agrees to be a friend, a son, or a lover, or a devotee who wants him in such a role. But when he was accepted as the master, he at once assumed the role and talked with the disciple like the master with gravity as it is required. So you see, we have repeated this in many classes, that in the first chapter, Krishna was ordered by Arjuna, Seneyor Ubayor Madhe Ratham Sthapayamechuta. Oh my dear Achyuta, can you please drag this chariot to middle of both the armies? So did our Krishna. Krishna took the chariot and placed between the two armies. Seneyor Ubhayar Madhye Sthapayitva Ratho Tamam. So Krishna did exactly that. As a Bhakta Vashala, because of his deep love towards his devotee, whatever his devotee wants, he used to fulfill. He knows what is good for his devotee. And he is willingly controlled by his devotee. Although he is the controller of the whole universe. But he is willing to be controlled by his devotee. So there in the chapter 1, Arjuna was acting like a master and Krishna was acting like a servant. But now here the role is reversed. Arjuna became a disciple or a servant. Now Krishna became a master. And that's what Arjuna voluntarily surrenders. So that's what Srila Prabhupada here is giving us beautiful lesson, that Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, he reciprocates as the devotee wishes. So sometimes devotee wishes to have him as their son. He reciprocates in the same way, like he reciprocated to the desire of Vasudeva and Mother Devaki and King Dasarath and Mother Kaushalya. So he appeared in the womb of Kaushalya and Devaki and so on. But he is not Joni Janma. He is actually Aja. He is Sarva Karana Karanam. He has no beginning. He is Anadi. And he is the beginning of everyone. Adi. He is the cause of all causes. So how come Mother Devaki or Kausalya can give birth to him? He basically choose to accept them as their mother because of their deep love towards Krishna, and they would like to serve Krishna in the parental affection, in motherly affection, and that wish is fulfilled by Krishna. Krishna doesn't bother what other people will think. Oh, if he is the Supreme Lord, then how come he is taking birth like a common human being? He is not bothered about that. He is always giving priority to his devotees. And he, like his Achyuta, he never deviates. He never deviates to show affection towards the devotee, towards his devotee. So he has special affection towards his devotee. So like the karmis, or who are the non-devotees, all of their karmic reactions are controlled by Durga Devi, the mother nature. But as long as someone is surrendered to Krishna and became his devotee, then he personally takes care of his karmic reaction. So there is, as if there is actually no karmic reaction to his devotee. At once he takes every karmic reactions and he makes him free. And he personally orchestrates how his devotee will progress in this path of devotion. Okay, so let's come back. But when he was accepted as a master, he at once assumed the role and talked with the disciple like the master with gravity as it is required. Oh. Krishna might speak Arjuna, oh Arjuna, why you are surrendering unto me? You can go to Vyasadeva. He is more learned. He is well versed of Vedic scriptures. Or go to says Narada or someone else. Why me? Arjuna replied, no, my dear Krishna, at this moment I see only you who can drive away my lamentation. And I see you as perfect to enlighten me. It appears that the talk between master and the disciple was openly exchanged in the presence of both armies, so that all were benefited. So the talks of Bhagavad Gita are not for any particular person, society, or community, but they are for all. And friends or enemies are equally entitled to hear them. Senayor Ubhayor Madhye. This is not a very confidential talk happening in a closed room between Arjuna and Krishna. No, it's an open discussion. It's happening between both the armies. So everyone can hear it. Everyone can be benefited by this conversation. So that's what Srila Prabhupada is illuminating here. So both the friends and enemies, so the warriors of both the sides can hear this and be equally benefited by this conversation. Okay, whatever is being exchanged between a master and a disciple. So Bhagavad Gita is practically essential for everyone. It needs to be discussed openly. Let us go to next verse. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Asocyan Anya Sochastvam Pragyavadamscha Bhasase Gatasun Agatansuscha Nanu Sochanti Panditaha. Please join along with me. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha
Asocyan Anvasocastvam
Socian Anuvastavastavam
Pragyavadamscha Bhasase
Pragyavadam
Kyavatam Bhasase
Gatasun Agatansuscha
Gatasun
Gatasun
Nanu Sochanti Panditaha.
Nanu
Socanti
Sutanti
Pandita
Pandita.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha
Shri Bhagavan
Uvacha
Asocyan Anvasocastvam
Sociane Anusochatvam
Pragyavadamscha Bhasase
Pragyavadascha Bhasase
Gatasun Agatamsuscha
Gatasun
Asun
Gatacha
Nanu Sochanti Panditaha.
Nanu
Chanti
Socanti
Pandita.
Pandita
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha
Shri Bhagavan
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha
Asocyan Anvasocastvam
Asocane Anusochatvam
Pragyavadamscha Bhasase
Pragyavadascha Bhasase
Gatasun Agatamsuscha
Gatasun Gatasutam
Nanu Sochanti Panditaha.
Nanu Sochanti Pandita.
Wonderful. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Krishna spoke. Asocyan anya sochastvam pragyavadangsha bhasase gatasun agatamsuscha nanu sochanti pandita. Oh my dear Arjuna, tvam pragyavadangsha bhasase. You are speaking like a learned man. You are speaking like a learned man. Tvam pragyavadangsha bhasase. But you don't know. Gatasun agatansuscha. Nanu sochanti pandita. Do you know that panditaha, who are actually learned man, they do not lament, na anusochanti. They do not lament for gatasun or agatansu. So they do not lament neither for the living person nor for the dead person. Asochan anva sochastvam pragyavadangsha vasase katasun agatamsuscha nanu sochanti pandita. Synonyms. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Asochan, not worthy of lamentation. Anva sochaha, you are lamenting. Tvam, you, pragyavadan, learned talks, cha, also, vahasase, speaking, gata, lust, asun, life, agata, not past, asun, life, cha, also, no, never, anusochanti, lament, panditaha, the learned. Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, while speaking learned words, you are mourning for what is not worthy of grief. Those who are wise lament neither for the living nor for the dead. So why Krishna is telling that you are speaking like a learned person? Because you see, the way Arjuna has put forward his logical arguments, it is quite marvelous. It's quite convincing, the way he has put forward, and he has quoted from Vedic, injunctions, okay, like Kula Dharma, Jati Dharma, Dharma Shastra, Artha Shastra, and then he spoke that Anususruma. I have heard from the persons who comes in this. Okay, Anususruma. I have heard from the Vedas. I have studied the Vedas. So this is what it speaks. So that's the reason Krishna here is telling, oh Arjuna, Tvam Anvasochaha Asochan, while lamenting for what which is not worthy of lamentation. You are lamenting for the life of Drona and Bhishma and your relatives, that is not worthy of lamentation, and you are lamenting for that, and you are speaking, and you are telling that you are speaking like a learned person. You are speaking the words of wisdom. Pragyavadangsha bhasase. Actually, Panditaha, the wise men, na anusochanti, do not lament. Agatamsu or gatasun. Nor for the living, neither for the living nor for the dead. Neither for the gross body nor for the subtle body. So, this is what it means. Let us see what Srila Prabhupada is writing in the purport. Purport is, so time is up actually. So maybe we will read the purport tomorrow. So let us read quickly and maybe I can explain it tomorrow. The Lord at once took the position of the teacher and chastised the student, calling him indirectly a fool. The Lord said, you are talking like a learned man, but you do not know that one who is learned, one who knows what is body and what is soul, does not lament for any stage of the body, neither in the living nor in the dead condition. As explained in later chapters, it will be clear that the knowledge means to know matter and spirit and the controller of both. Arjuna argued that religious principles should be given more importance than politics or sociology, but he didn't know that knowledge of matter, soul, and the supreme is even more important than religious formulas. And because he was lacking in that knowledge, he should not have posed himself as a very learned man. As he did not happen to be a very learned man, he was consequently lamenting for something which was unworthy of lamentation. The body is born and is designed and is destined to be vanquished today or tomorrow. Therefore, the body is not as important as the soul. One who knows this is actually learned, and for him there is no cause for lamentation, regardless of the condition of the material body. Thank you all very much for your patientful hearing and enthusiastic participation. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.